The College Basketball Experience pregame show for the Round of 64, Thursday, March 20th edition on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by our free bracket challenge. 2,000 winner take all. Enter today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. There's still an hour to enter at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. Welcome, everybody, into the College Basketball Experience pregame show. I'm waiting to do this pregame show. This could be a good one for Thursday, March the 20th, round of 64. Made myself
11 a.m. Let's get going, baby.
Early morning cocktail. Nice little mimosa action in the big red cup. So we're feeling right up, feeling right nice. Kind of feeling the buzz from last night. So right on into it. This is going to be a 4-day bender. Don't bother me. I told my wife, hey, you got me till 11 a.m. this morning. After that, don't expect anything to be done ever until Monday morning. So, hey, anyway, let's talk some games. If you want to hear you listen to, I am Moneyline Mac, aka the former video coordinator for Bob Huggins and Frank Martin. I like a nice old morning mimosa, baby. Joining me to talk college hoops. You guys know him from, the pregame show in the regular season. Now it's postseason. He is the green mowing, weed growing, DC Sports Side, Troy Tuning. What's up, man?
What's going on? It is time to celebrate the best fucking weekend in all of sports. I was just telling Kat before the game, this is the first year where I've had 2 home Capitals games in the first and second round weekend. So it is going to be one of the either worst benders of all time or the greatest performance out of a 31-year-old you've ever seen. And we're going for it. Drinking Tito's at 11 a.m., 16-0 today, baby. I also had a thought that I was going to parlay every one of my spread picks with an Ovechkin goal. So we're either going home empty-handed or we're making way more than just a normal spread win. But that might be the Tito's talking.
There you go. I didn't go with the half-ass bottle. I went with something that'll fucking knock your ass out. Look at this shit. This fucking bottle's so goddamn big. It doesn't even fit on the goddamn camera. So, anyway,
take a pull.
Take
a pull, Mac.
What is the substance inside?
Huh?
What is it? What is inside of the bottle?
It's Prosecco.
Oh.
Wow, Mac. Fancy over here? What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Pulling mimosas? This man knows that you use Prosecco and mimosas.
See, well, this is how you
don't
get
pay
out
for
of
that extra shit.
This is how you get out of shit because my wife loves Prosecco. So if I get Prosecco, she can have some Prosecco while I get drunk and watch games and bet on games. So it's a little give and take, baby.
We call that getting 2 birds stoned at once.
I will say, when you have too much fucking champagne, your fucking shit starts like clogging up in there, and every time you breathe, it's like, God damn, I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack. Then I'm like, all right, I'll take a Miller Lite now. So give me an hour, and I'll be fucking ready to fucking switch right over to Miller Lite and then whiskey by the end of the evening. So, but I will go fancy with the fancy bottle. Speaking of fancy, look at that guy in his fancy coffee cup in the DePaul RuPaul. You guys know from the Underdog fantasy article, daily article, that is. He is Cannabis Capper, a.k.a. CC. What's up, bro?
Mac, good morning. We made it through. We made it through the first round of the NIT. We got the Texas bullshit out of here last night. Although we both ate shit on that one, but
emotional hedge. That's smart by us. If they had won, we would have won.
If they had won, I would have been happy because I made money, and they lost, and I'm happy because I no longer have to look at that Texas team again until next November. So a win-win. No matter who wins, I win. So
well, it's hilarious is You know who's going to get the job? It sounds like Sean Miller, who beat him last night.
It's a good. Actually, it's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Bouncing out Robbie Terry and taking his office. Let's go.
Roddy Terry should take the Xavier job now. Yeah, dude, fucking Texas is such a joke. I can't believe they lost that game, especially the way they lost it. But actually, I'm not surprised because it's Texas. I will say they were a system play for me all year, though, getting points. They had been actually pretty good to us, so I was going to ride it one more time. But, hey, horns down forever and ever. Let's talk games, though, guys, because, well, we got some coaching stuff going on. And part of me wants to switch up my bracket just because of some of the rumors
I can see why
with Willard. But I want to stick true. But that game is until tomorrow. Let's kick it off. The game starting here in an hour and 5 minutes. It is Michael Creighton, aka the Creighton Blue Jays, going into Rupp, aka Louisville. Will be a Louisville crowd clearly. In this 8-9 game. I shout out to the committee for giving us this game right away. Game opened at 1.5. Usually was at, or more so at 2.5 all week. Now it's at 3.5. I like Creighton earlier in the week. I still like it at 3.5. I feel like they're going to lose by 3 now. If it's at 3.5, I'm sitting here with the 2.5 ticket. I'll take a little more on 3.5. Let's go. Give me Creighton. I think they win the game outright. I like the way they match up with their size. Troy, I know you like Louisville. Explain the Louisville side.
Do you want me to explain it as crudely as I did earlier, or what?
Whatever floats.
Let's use some other adjectives. I know.
Everyone, I remember now.
Everyone, they're more athletic, taller, jump higher. I don't know. I feel like they'll be able to get a little more physical, and you know that I kind of relate Ryan Kalkbrenner to Hunter Dickinson. Like, he's not as much of a bitch, but you can still challenge him if you want to get physical with him and cause him some issues. There have been games where he's responded well, and there's been games where he looks like Hunter Dickinson and just kind of gets out. I do think this is a coin flip game. I don't really like to bet on the first NCAA tournament game of the tournament. Kind of the one thing left that I feel like I can get 10 extra minutes of a free pulse before I start firing away everything else. And with this one being such a good game, I didn't really put anything significant on it. I did bet Louisville. I got it at -2.5. So maybe the 3 and everyone wins.
I will say, this is your daily reminder to shop around, just because a lot of these games are going to get hooked. So if you can get an extra half point or so, or if you want to buy it on the money line, do so.
I feel like I was going to say, I feel like the whole season, the reverse CLV, that should just be thrown out the window now that we're in the NCAA tournament.
I agree with that. Cap, where are you going, my friend?
I bet the Creighton money line already.
Ooh,
fuck the points. I just think they're going to win outright. First up, number one, the level of expectation that this current Creighton roster had, they never really lived up to. Mm-hmm. Like they expected, with Kalkbrenner, Ashworth, the other dudes. I think the expectation was that they would actually compete for a national title with some of those rosters that they've had over the past few years, and they haven't gotten anywhere close to that. So I think they're coming into the tournament with a bit of an edge. I don't really trust this Louisville team, especially as the first game in the tournament. I just feel like it's a rough spot for that team. I like their athleticism. I feel like the veterans and the coach on Creighton just get the job done in this one today. They win this outright. I don't think it's going to be particularly close. I think Creighton's actually going to probably win by close, 8, 9, 10.
Wow. Okay. I like Creighton to win outright. I don't like them going away. I think it's going to be a tight one, but hey, I'm all for it. All right, we got 15 other games, so let's keep it moving here. Next up, we got High Point. We got Purdue. High Point is a dog with fleas. Purdue's going to boat race him here in the second half, I think. But this has got McNeese and Gonzaga written all over from last year. Lack of tournament experience with High Point. They can't guard anybody. I think Purdue, Braden Smith. When you've got an upset in the past, you don't come out flat and overlooking anybody. That shit's always in the back of your mind and fucks you up. Speaking from somebody that was a part of a 3-14 upset one year, we lost to Stephen F. The next year and the next 2 years, we fucking just came out and punched whoever the 14 or 13 seed was right in the mouth, just because that shit never goes away. They've paid their dues enough on these first round exits. I think Purdue double digits. Let's go Boiler up.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like Braden Smith to completely control the pace of this game. I do love the high point hockey line changes. As a hockey fan myself, I think there's something to that strategy in the future, not necessarily in college, but somewhere where you can actually get, 8 or 9 guys with a lot of talent. I think there's something to the whole, like when Cal tried to do it and whatnot, at least for the first half of some games, if you're going to have guys go out there and just sprint the whole goddamn time, change lines every 4 or 5 minutes. But this one does feel like a focused Purdue team by default after last year. And then Braden Smith just kind of playing a 2-man game and controlling it. I don't have a problem laying the 8.5 with the Boilermakers. I do think you can play the over in this one too, though.
I like that over call. I think that's actually probably my favorite number on the board. Or my favorite number for this game would be the over here. I'm on High Point. I just looking up and down that roster, it's not, this is not like a typical mid-major. They got like dudes who have been at major programs, like Pettiford. He's essentially their 6th man, and he was at Auburn, and like a key player at Auburn. It's not like he's a freaking bomb. They got bigs they can throw at Auburn. They got bigs that they can throw at Purdue. They got guards they can throw at Purdue. I like this High Point. I think it's not just. It's to me it's the High Point roster that has me leaning that just because I think it's better than you would expect from a team, like a technically like a low major, you're really kind of breaking through for like the first time here, or first or second time here. So I'm taking a High Point plus the points. I know they got fleas. We'll get through it.
They're public. They're public as hell. Shout out to Eric Allen. Yeah, let's go. He's going to Providence there. Those games tip in an hour and a half. Yeah, he likes High Point and McNeese. Yeah.
Shout out to High Point's Trey Benham too. If he can make another 3-pointer and throw a badass mean mug out there again, then all bets are off. That was one of the best mean mugs we've seen since 2005 Mike Jones music videos. That was incredible.
That was an impressive white man mean mug. I'm not gonna lie.
For a white guy, that's about as
good as we can do with that mean mug. That was, shout out to the chat. They're saying that High Point doesn't have size. Neither does Purdue. They got
they have Bodo.
Yeah.
I mean they. Talking about what's her name, High Point. They do have a big, but they don't guard anybody. That's my big thing with High Point.
Neither does Purdue.
No, Purdue guards. They're not overly athletic. They don't have the rim protection without Edie.
No, they don't.
I think that they're better than what people give them credit for. People just like to hate on Purdue because they're white and they're fucking slow and unathletic.
That's not why I hate on Purdue.
Purdue's still pretty fucking good. They're pretty. All right, let's keep it going here. Speaking of white guys, Wisconsin tips off in a little bit here. They're taking on Montana. I'm gonna have to fade Wisconsin off.
Really?
Off 4 games in 4 days. I headed out to elevation. I think what's it called? I'm a believer that Montana's going to be able to score to keep pace with them. I'm not saying Montana's live to win the game just because I don't think they're good enough defensively to do that. But giving me 17.5 and change, shop around. I like Montana to lose by 13. I could see Montana having the lead in this game at like the half, but then Wisconsin blowing the shit out in the second half. So tough spot. Tough turnaround for Wisconsin coming off 4 games in 4 days, now having to travel across the country. I mean, they just played on Sunday late afternoon. Now it's Thursday. Coming off 4 games in 4 days. Give me Montana in the points.
I like Tanjay to have a hell of a game.
Too.
Getting his All-American flowers.
He is pretty good.
I think Montana kind of stinks too. Like, if there was going to be a matchup for Wisconsin to cover, what is it? Still 16.5?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
16.5. There is a 17 out there.
To cover that, it is a lot for an NCAA tournament game. But I think maybe Wisconsin, the fact that Montana's going to get so many bets from all of the dummies that don't really watch basketball up until conference tournament time or NCAA tournament time, and they see that Wisconsin name and they think, grind it out, Big Ten Wisconsin. It's just not the same team. I think they cover this 16.5, actually, Mac.
Okay. We'll go head to head.
I just took a look at the first half line. We got Montana plus 9.5 in the first half.
I was going to say, if you're going to play the points, I would take the Montana first half line, if anything.
And Montana first half money line plus 540.
Plus 540. I like that. Let's go.
I'm probably going to do the Montana first half plus the 9.5 for the full game. However, I think Wisconsin runs away in the second half. Again, this Wisconsin team, they can fill it up. Tanjay, Blackwell, some of the bigs they got, Kroll. They can actually put the ball in the hoop. They've got some exciting whites in this up and down this roster. Give me Wisconsin to cover this one. I just think better offense runs away with it in the second half. I don't really care about. I know they're playing at elevation. I think that I don't really care for this one. I just think it's just better roster is going to win the day.
How much juice can you get for the Uno Reverso cuz? Take the plus 9.5 in the first half, but cover the 16.5 game total. That's gotta be some extra juice from the books, right?
Let's see what we got.
Is this a candidate? This isn't a candidate for a first half under, is it?
They're all the first half unders are going to start hitting.
Well, for sure, because it's tournament. But I think that there's 2 or 3 games in
the
this,
overs are actually 4-0
slate.
Start.
Yeah,
Ryan and Sean may need to take the dated ones out.
I just think that there's always 2 or 3 games that are pretty obviously stay away from the first half unders, and then anything else that you're debating, you just play it.
Yeah.
I think this one isn't even a debate. I think you can lay off the first half under.
Montana first half plus 10.5. Wisconsin total game minus 16.5. 4.5 to 1.
All righty. Let's go over to the final game of the early slate. Edwardsville, Houston. This game sucks. Houston laying 28.5. The low total 126.5. I worry about how Edwardsville's going to score.
Well, duh.
Give me Houston to win by 22.
I think Houston's going to fuck them up. Houston takes these games personally.
You could fuck somebody up, but you could still win by 24.
Fair.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? They got Gonzaga on deck. They
potentially.
Yeah, potentially. Gonzaga is a 6-point favorite. I think. I'm not saying Houston goes through the motions. Houston is off the Big 12 title game. Usually like to fade the team coming off the championship game. I actually think Edwardsville is going to cover. They're going to lose by 24.
Okay, fair enough. It just based on what I've seen from Houston, they take these these low major games personally. They go out of their way to fuck these teams up. At least they always did in the non-con. I think they always do in the first round. So I'm actually okay with laying 28.5 because I think Houston's going to win by 40. Give me the Cougars to freaking destroy SIUE.
Let's go with the nastiest bet on the slate, but system play here. Under 48.5 team total for SIUE.
It's an amazing team total.
In the NCAA tournament, you get to see a 48.5 team total. And man, I don't think they can get to 49 points against Houston. I don't know if Houston's going to get to 79 on their own, but I feel like if you're going to lay 28.5, you might as well pair it with the team total under of 48.5 from SIUE and get a little bit of extra juice. Because if they're going to cover 29 or 30 points, SIUE's not scoring 55. So
Houston wins 68-44.
Okay. What's the first half team total
69.
for SIU?
Fucking over-under is like 130. Come on.
No, the first half team total for SIUE. Do you have that number?
Yeah, 48.5.
No, the first half team total
For SIUE.
Yeah,
is 48.5.
the first half.
Oh no, okay. I don't know why I was looking at that. Let's see. Team total.
It's got to be it's like 23.
I don't even know if they have one. They've got the spread and the total. The 58.5 is the game total overall in the first half. So I don't know.
Oh, I know.
All righty. Let's move along.
Moving on.
They don't even on the sponsors app. They don't even have a line for it. So
wow, no first half team total. Okay.
All right. Hey, other games. Alabama's the other 116 game. Alabama State Auburn. Auburn's laying 32.5. Lay it.
Yeah, I would lay this number.
I guess I don't. This is probably a stay away from me, but yeah, I'll co-sign lay it.
Yeah, the chat's saying I don't take any favorites. Lay it. I actually looked. The chat's fucking wrong. I have like 8 favorites today. I went as chalk as I ever have. Hopefully, it doesn't bite me in the ass being in March Madness. So I'm bad. I'm fading a lot of these public darling dogs that everybody I don't think has actually watched, that everybody's talked themselves into. All right. Game that actually matters. McNeese, Clemson. I will not take the favorite here. McNeese is going to win outright. Clemson banged up at the guard position. I think everybody is overreacting to the Elite Eight run. It's not, in my opinion, it's not the same Clemson team from last year.
Okay.
I think that the ACC was really bad, and we're overreacting to that. The teams that have bothered Clemson are the teams that have speed and athletes. Look at Louisville. Look at Memphis in the non-con. McNeese battle-tested. They went to Alabama. They went to Mississippi State. They played a good non-con schedule. Will Wade got the cat out of the hat, or whatever the fuck the saying is. There's no pressure. There's no pressure. He's going to NC State. I actually think it's an advantage that he just let it out. He said, I'm going to NC State. Rather than let's just pretend like I don't know if I'm going or not. Everybody knows this is the last run. They rally around Will Wade. McNeese wins outright. Down goes Clemson. Clemson goes back to being a pumpkin in March.
Okay. My only concern there, I mean, so let's say McNeese gets down by 5 early. I mean, is there any chance that the guys say, fuck this, let's go home?
No,
don't bother with this guy.
I've got all the answers for both of you here.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
I have all the answers for both of you here. First of all,
listening.
we know McNeese's NIL program is much larger than some of these smaller programs, right?
Yes.
I would almost guarantee that those NIL deals have incentives for a lot more money to win an NCAA tournament game for those kids.
Probably.
Almost guaranteed.
Okay.
Not just that, Will Wade leaving, this would be a big concern for me. I don't know if I would think it was cat out of the hat if they weren't playing his fucking alma mater. This is a McNeese moneyline play for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like who holds it against him that he's leaving McNeese for NC State. Like, that's just unrealistic in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I bet McNeese early in the week, like as soon as the line came out, I got it. I think it was like at 8.5. I jumped out on it like as soon as it came out. I did sprinkle the money line. I don't think this Clemson team. Yeah, again, Mac, to your point, I don't think this Clemson team is as good as everybody kind of thinks they are. They also, they're banged up at the guard position. I do like that they have a couple of veterans there, but I don't think the veterans are any good. I think they're just like guys who have been in college for a long time. Yeah, give me McNeese to fuck with them. They win this outright. Let's go.
Hey, and I'll tell you another thing that flew under the radar. That is a fade. Brad Brownell just inked a nice 6-year extension.
Oh,
that was
Tuesday. That shit went under the radar. Dude, fading the coach after he gets the contract extension is always profitable. Even though I am on Maryland, so I may need to reconsider.
But Max, since we're on this one, I did want to ask you, McNeese to NC State. Do you
lateral move?
No, it's an upgrade. It's a bigger program. It's an upgrade.
Tobacco Road.
How long does he stay at NC State?
2 years.
3-4 years.
Really? Okay. I think it's closer to. I think I co-signed with Troy. It's closer to 2.
I mean, what job are we talking?
When in 3 years from now, when Brownell gets bought out and Clemson signs him.
Yeah, but you act like Brownell's going to get canned. He fucking always survives. Brownell,
Well, and it's
he was
also
fired
Clemson.
like 6 different times. Now he's got a 6-year contract extension.
That's their athletic department's approach. Like once they decided they were rolling with Dabo, they went for the whole like your loyalty to us will be returned to you by our loyalty back to you, and that's why they signed him. After they got matched up with McNeese playing an alumni coach on a pretty dang good mid-major team, they had to ink that deal if they weren't going to chase after Will Wade. But the biggest issue in this entire game for Clemson is isn't Dylan Harper hurt?
What? You Dylan Hunter? Yeah, Hunter's
Yeah,
hurt.
Dylan Hunter's out,
the Hunter
right?
brother is hurt. He's out for the tournament.
Yeah.
So their half-court offense kind of sucks without him in there.
Okay.
They're significantly worse without him.
McNeese is beating Clemson outright.
Yeah, they are. Okay, I think we're on the same page. Either I just want to ask about the coaching angle, just because
Carl.
I don't feel like NC State is like a destination. I feel like that's a stepping stone.
Those fucking idiots are in the chat. Shout out to the Providence fans. What time does Providence play ever again?
Yeah, are they in today?
Oh, we do have Providence. What's he? I wonder what he's gonna say.
They're all in here. They can't escape me. All they do is just tweet at me all day. I get good entertainment from them. They come up with some creative shit. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I live rent free in all their heads. So yeah, shout out to you guys. Enjoy the games. Enjoy watching real teams over the weekend. All right. Hopefully Bryce Hopkins is coming back. Oh wait, he's not coming back after he stole $1 million from you. Now he's going to play for Ed Cooley at Georgetown. Oops! Ouch! Sorry.
He probably is.
Let's keep this train rolling. Let's not talk about Providence, other than the Providence site. Speaking of Providence, let's go over to Denver now.
Okay. Bye,
VCU.
Providence.
Yeah, no more Providence. VCU, BYU. Line's coming down, man. Line's coming down. VCU outright, dude. Everybody's talking about this cha-cha-cha BYU offense. Nah, the teams that bothered BYU in the Big 12 were the teams that had athletes. VCU has athletes. They're going to take the Houston and Texas Tech blueprint. I think VCU has more depth. They have a coaching advantage as well, or at least from an experience standpoint. Give me Ryan Odom and VCU to get this thing outright, even though he is flirting with other jobs.
Okay. Right. The angle I like here, I'm on VCU, but the angle I like here is the turnover angle. BYU plays really loose with the ball. Mm-hmm. VCU doesn't. VCU also, when it comes to steals, are one of the top. They average 8.2 steals per game this year. I researched this for an article, so I know they average 8.2 steals per game this year. That's like one of the, I think, in the top 40 in the nation. 17, the close to 18 turnovers per game on defense. That's also in the top 40 in the nation. They're nasty on defense, and they're going to fuck with this BYU team that plays loose with the ball. They're going to put Demon in. Demon's going to be in hell for the entire afternoon. I like VCU to win this outright and win this kind of comfortably.
This is one of my when you're sitting at the bar at 3:45 in the afternoon, already 5 drinks deep with your boys.
Only 5? It's a slow afternoon for Mr. Tuning.
Well, I'm not talking about me.
Oh,
I might be close to 5 drinks deep now. Joe Bamaseal is going to be one of those names that's a darling of this tournament because all he does is hustle his ass off and bang threes. So I'm taking VCU outright too. I actually really like BYU's team, but I saw enough from George Mason beating the shit out of Samford last night and watching Samford's offense just disappear. I think this is a year where the committee got it wrong. There should be 3 A10 teams in the tournament, and there was 1. And I think they know that they've got to win at least a few games for the A10 to get any kind of respect and bids going forward. I'm rolling VCU. I would take George Mason if they were playing BYU too, but that also could be the drinks. I had VCU going pretty far in this tournament too. They play that style that makes people uncomfortable and start to panic. And unless you're ready for it or unless you've seen it, That shit's hard, man.
It's tough.
It's tough. And we know, I wonder if just enough possessions and whatnot that BYU maybe gets it by 3 or 4 points, but that doesn't scare me too much. I think VCU is a tournament-made team.
Yeah, I this is a team built for March. I agree. No, I definitely co-sign on all that. Yeah, I like VCU, and I think they win this by probably more than you'd expect.
Georgia Gonzaga. Zags laying 6.5. Lay it.
This one's tougher than you think.
It
I
is.
feel like this one's tougher than you think.
These players have already been through Sweet 16 run. Mark Few, 9 straight Sweet 16s. I don't trust Georgia. Georgia will go through a scoring drought. Gonzaga defensively is improved. Gonzaga will look super impressive. Everybody will talk themselves into Gonzaga over the weekend, and Houston will smack their ass.
Okay. I struggled with this one. Just because I think it's more because of the number. I think Georgia catching an SEC team catching 6.5 points against this Gonzaga team that we've seen disappoint again and again and again. This has been I expected Gonzaga to run through the conference this year. They did not. They got they got clipped more often than you would think, and this year, especially with this returning everybody, just about everybody from the previous year. You'd think they'd be a lot better than they were. And it's just been disappointing. I could see them flipping a switch in March, I suppose, if there's a second gear. We haven't seen it yet. I bet Georgia plus the 6.5 early in the week. I'll stick with it, but I'm not looking to sprinkle the money line here. I think they stay within the number, but I think Gonzaga wins this outright. But Georgia makes it closer than Gonzaga wins by 4. Troy, would say you.
I ended up laying it with Gonzaga here. This is not one that I feel like I would tweet out and be like, yo, tail this motherfucker right now.
Same.
I personally did lay it with Gonzaga. I do think Clark has a point with they played defense for 1 or 2 games, and now everyone's like, Gonzaga's back. To me, it's more important that they have Ryan Nembhard at guard position that can completely control the game and control the pace. And it's also very important that on Underdog, he's only sitting at 8.5 assists. So I kind of like Nembhard to go over that. And I think Gonzaga covers this.
Is it only 6 assists?
8.5.
Oh, sorry, 8.5. Sorry.
Still, I think he gets 10. I mean, they average 19 a year or a game, and he's pretty much 10 to 12 of that every time. So again, you have a guard that can control pace. I always like that, especially in these early hectic games in March. It's nice to have the guy that has been around the block and understands things. I think there is some juice, though, Mac, to Gonzaga having a shot against Houston.
I'll believe it when I see it. I feel like if Gonzaga,
if Juwan walks out that door, there's no shot. But without Juwan playing, I do feel like there's just enough of maybe.
We'll see. We got to get there first. All right, we got to pay the bills because there's still time over there at splashsports.com/SGPN. Use our promo code finals for a $10 bonus credit. We're also brought to you by our friends at SeatGeek. If you want to get down and go to any of these games, use our promo code SGPN10, 10% off any tickets with the promo code SGPN. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you from the SeatGeek team. We are also brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings has got all these games and more, first half unders, player props, you name it. And, of course, if you've got a gambling problem, please call.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. The party was last night, so we got to take that off the ad read. So get on over there to Rhythm and build your model today. Head on over there to Rhythm, sportsgamblingpodcast.com to build your model today, baby. And we are also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Cap, I know you've been waiting for this segment. The Underdog Fantasy, the promo code is TCESGPN. Let's go.
Okay. My favorite play of the day. I gave this away a little bit with the BYU VCU analysis, but Igor Demin, his turnover total is set at 2.5. He will go over 2.5 turnovers in this game. He comes in this one averaging 3 per game. He's gone higher than 2.5 turnovers in 5 of his last 7, and he's been a turnover machine for he's been a turnover machine for most of the year. He went higher than 2.5 turnovers in both conference games he played in. This one's gonna be no different. VCU's going to give him the clamps. He's going to hand the ball back at least 3 times. Igor Demin to go higher than 2.5 turnovers in this game.
Let's go. Troy, where are you going?
I actually just gave it away. Same game. I'm going to go higher on the Ryan Nembhard, 8.5 assists.
Higher. Cap, where are you going?
No, it's not the same game. Sorry, but still higher than Ryan Nembhard.
Same game we just spoke about.
Yes, sorry.
No, you're right. Okay, I've got
what am I doing?
I've got 2 other exciting whites here.
Did you say whites or legs?
Whites.
Oh. Thought I heard whites.
Actually, I'm going to go with the original exciting white here. Hunter Dickinson, higher than 9.5 rebounds.
I like it. Dickinson's going to play well. That prick. He's been in enough tournaments.
Kansas has got Arkansas. He's been in college for 87 years. He's going up against sophomore Zvonimir Ivicevic. He's going to have him in a spin cycle the entire game. Arkansas not a great rebounding team. For most of the year when they had Theo, healthy and playing, he's not playing or healthy. Dickinson comes into this game averaging 10 rebounds per game. He's gone higher than 9.5 in 7 of his last 8 matchups, and most of them haven't been even close. We're talking like 13, 14, in terms of a total. Last year, he played 37 minutes in the opening round game against Samford because they needed him to. I have a feeling it's going to be a similar story here where he's going to have to play heavy minutes, and he's going to be cleaning up the glass. Hunter Dickinson, one of the safest plays on the boards to go higher than 9.5 rebounds.
Troy,
well, I've got 2 left, and I don't know which one you want to roll with because you did put Hunter Dickinson out there, and I was thinking the Kalkbrenner higher than 8.5 rebounds. Got another not as exciting, but still very white. But the one that I like the most is actually Braden Smith to go higher than his 18.5 points. I think you see Braden Smith fill it up today.
Let's go, Braden Smith. Get on over there to Underdog Fantasy. The promo code is TCESGPN.
Okay, Troy, can I tickle you with one more exciting white?
Sure.
Bennett Sturts for Drake.
You can play all of his projections. See, I said the right word on Underdog. You can play any game that Drake is in. You can play his projections. The biggest come up in all of college basketball this year is Mr. Sturts.
Yeah, his points projection is set at 17.5 for this game. So I saw that and I jumped all over it. So that's in my article at sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Get the 3 plays: Demin, Sturts, and Dickinson. Let's cash it at 6-1.
Let's fucking go. All right. 8 games left. We got to pick up the pace, actually. Wofford, Tennessee. 2-15 matchup. Tennessee laying 18.5. I took Wofford, man. I always take the SoCon winner. They're battle tested. They've been good in the tournaments. Wofford, if they can still make shots. Tennessee coming off what? Three games in 3 days. Short turnaround from Sunday. Tennessee wins by 16.
Okay. I'm laying it with Tennessee. I think Tennessee is one of 2 teams that take these mid-major games personally. I think they're going to win by 20. I'll lay it with Tennessee. Just better roster, and they don't fuck around with these teams at all. They don't give them any room.
Yeah, I'm laying it with the Vols. This can be one that we speed through pretty quick, but yeah. Rick Barnes, this is it. This is all the marbles for Mr. Rick. All of that bullshit that he's lost his whole life is all going to turn around this tournament.
Game
Is
game of potentially the primetime window. Arkansas, Kansas from a viewership standpoint. Kansas up to 5.5. No Adair Thero. Do Kansas by double digits.
I think so too.
Fade Cal. Cal. Arkansas. They give him Buggy Flambe. Who cares? They're better without him.
That's the is they're bringing back him for the first round of the tournament. It's always a weird spot to be bringing back the injury guy like for the first game. I think Arkansas stumbles out of the gate. I think Kansas runs away and hides a little bit, and they cover this one pretty comfortably. Give me Kansas to get this done and potentially line up for a deep run. Why not?
This is a great matchup for all of our newer United States immigrants of both legal and illegal backgrounds, because they're going to have to figure out that it's not our Kansas versus Kansas. Whoever wins this game, that should be how you have to pronounce it. It's either going to be our Kansas or Kansas. So, yeah, I'm going to lay it with Bill Selfish. This is Mr. Bill's time. And it's not at the Fog, so actually it might be better for Kansas.
Yeah, 2 years ago, Arkansas ended their season. I know that was Musselman, but Bill wasn't there. Bill had the heart attack. So, yeah, revenge angle for Kansas. Heart attack revenge angle. All right, 14-3 game. Or, sorry, 4-13 game. I'm looking forward to this one. A&M laying 7.5 against Yale. Yale's a pretty popular dog, I think, because of what they did last year. I think they are a great story, but I think A&M pulls away late. I think they wear them out on the glass. I know Yale's a good rebounding team, but I think A&M's athletes are able to get across the finish line. Give me A&M lay the 7.5.
I'm not laying 7.5. I don't know if Yale wins this game, but I'm not going to lay 7.5 with A&M. This is for me, the only thing that can counter the sweaty coach angle is Ivy League. It just doesn't make any sense. I feel like A&M wins this game by like 5 or 6 points. Like, it's kind of scary, and then they make their free throws at the end and win by 6 or something. I do think if you're betting on Yale, make sure that there's a cash out option in your app so that if they ever have the lead, you can just go ahead and take that money.
Fair enough. Okay. Gun in my head, I probably take Yale. That being said, I'm probably not rushing out to bet this game. I probably will end up betting this game. I probably will take Yale plus the points. I'll talk myself into the Ivy League to beat a Texas A&M team that I again is one of my, I don't like how streaky they are. I've struggled with them all season. The number I like here is the over 139.5. I think they score points in this game. I think that 139.5 is probably one of the safer totals plays in the day today. So yeah, that's what I'll lock up is the over 139.5. Gun in my head, I take Yale. I ride with Troy. But I do keep an eye on the cash out button option. You get the shaky fingers, you edge toward it.
I've got one where I have to roll no matter what with the Yale plus points because I faded the Gustavo Fring and Hank Schrader. I think that the Breaking Bad is going out quickly in this tournament.
Wow.
From one public dog to another public dog. Do you know anybody betting Missouri?
No. Is it you? Oh, okay.
I like Missouri. I think Missouri's athletes, I think they're going to be able to speed up Drake. Drake's loose with the ball. Drake, everybody loves Drake come tournament time. And they always find a way to break everybody's heart. Missouri by 10. They pull away.
Okay. This is a win-win scenario for me. I don't have a bet on the game. I think I would take the points with Drake if I was forced to. I don't know if they win it outright. I did pick them to win it outright in my bracket because this is the year of chalk and you kind of got to find a few spots that you're going to go contrarian if you have any hope of winning the big money. But I think Missouri is a little bit better than they get credit for. And Drake is so public that it does make me think that maybe Missouri wins this game kind of like the A&M. They win this game a little bit under the number, but they advance on. I'm not going to make a bet here. I'm just either going to tweet out the hate the Drake from George Costanza or Love the Drake from
George Costanza, Jerry Seinfeld. I'll buy into the March bullshit. I locked up Drake when I saw. I think I saw the number open at 7.5, and I jumped on it. So I'm on Drake. I think Drake controls the pace of this game. I don't know that they let themselves get sped up. We've seen that, they slow these games down to a snail's pace, and they're really good at it. And I think Missouri can kind of fall into that trap. I do like the Missouri athletes, but I think that Drake has got the exciting white March magic that tends to keep these games closer than they should be. Give me the exciting whites to keep this keep us within 2 possessions. I'll take Drake plus 6.5.
Will you take the exciting whites of Utah State getting 5.5? I will not. UCLA too big. Time to prepare for that zone. Another favorite for me. Call me Chalk Mac over here.
This is another one where the Utah State angle is almost always their home court is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And now they're at a neutral site against a team that actually plays defense.
And rebounds.
Yeah.
I think I got to roll with UCLA, but this one is mega stinky to me too. I feel like Utah State has a chance to get it outright, but I don't see that chance as much higher than like 8 or 10%. And I feel like because that's so low, there's a chance that UCLA is leading, and at this stinky 5.5 number, it's not that stinky in the tournament. They get fouled more. Just make a couple extra free throws, win the game by 7. I'll roll with UCLA.
Okay, I'm on UCLA also. There's always one Mountain West team that just like completely shits the bed in the tournament. And I think this year it's Utah State. I think last year was Utah State too, if I remember correctly. But I'm just not a fan of this roster construction. It's essentially the same roster as they had last year, plus like 1 or 2 other pieces. And I don't remember liking it all that much in the tournament last year. So I'll roll with UCLA. They got called out early in the year, and they responded. So I think they continue to respond here. Give me UCLA at the neutral site minus 5.5. They win this by 10.
You ready for the upset of the tournament?
Oh no, I know where we're going. Go ahead.
Tea cans.
I can't believe you're on these guys.
Get your trash can ready. Hey, that's why all those probably fucking keyboard warriors are in here, because I said Omaha's live to beat them. I think Omaha's live. They got veteran guards. I said St. John's doesn't have any tournament experience. Their players don't, other than Kadari Richmond. Yes, I know Rick Pitino, but Rick Pitino isn't playing in the game. Rick Pitino ain't going to be able to make a shot for them. This is a different dynamic with the target on your back. First tournament game for a lot of these guys. Yes, they have Pitino. This is going to be a hard game for them coming off the Big East championship game. We know how much the Big East regular season and tournament meant to that city, to that fan base. Omaha's good, man. They beat the shit out of the Tommies. They beat the shit out of South Dakota State. They beat the shit out of North Dakota State. All of those are programs that have won games in March before. I'm telling you, Omaha's going to hang in this thing. This is going to be a hard game. Don't be surprised when Omaha's winning at the half.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not laying the points with St. John's. That's for sure. It would be a shame if out of the group of Cal, Bill Self, Rick Pitino, Omaha just spoiled all the possible sweet coach matchups. Let's go,
right? Omaha.
I'll take them to cover. I don't know if they're going to win this outright, but I will take Omaha to cover.
Money line's down from 15-1 to 13-1. Hey, come on, Omaha. Who's betting Omaha? Why is that number coming down? Nobody's betting Omaha.
Okay.
Other than me.
I'm going to tell you, you're going to need the trash cans for this game. I'm going to tell you why. To throw all those those losing Omaha tickets into at the end of this game. That's why that's going to be the move. It's not going to be dropping elbows. It's going to be tossing tickets into the garbage can because they lost.
This is how I know it's a good pick. Everybody in the chat is saying this is the worst pick of all time.
There were actually a few people that are all over
this is
Omaha.
The worst
plus
pick
points.
of all time. When all you idiots say the same thing, you're wrong, and I'm going to be right. Let's go Omaha live. I hope they can finish the deal. First half money line, definitely the 18.5, maybe the whole game. 15-1. I already got 15-1. Now it's 13-1. I don't know if
now, while you have a chance, while you have a chance, you should put them in to make the Sweet 16 too. If you really think that they've got a shot to win this game.
They'll win this, and then they'll get boat raced by Kansas, and everybody will be like, "How the fuck did Kansas make the Sweet 16?"
Yep.
Okay. The angle here is I think Zuby fucks with Omaha. I don't think they have an answer for Zuby.
It also looked like Kaderi Richmond did realize in their conference tournament that at any point in time he's the best player on the court.
Just about, yeah.
Like, I can just dribble in a straight line right to the hoop like LeBron every single time. So that does kind of scare me. But
yeah, it's just a better class of athlete. It's just a better team. I get this. It's been a cute story. I've liked the story more than Mac has this year. I guarantee you that much, because I just like that the kids bought into it.
If they win the game and they don't have Peyton Manning there jumping out of the trash can, there's a problem.
Just because okay, whatever.
Yeah, because of Omaha. Like, you got to do everything you can, right?
I'm laying this to St. John's. I think they fucking boat race him. I think it's a better class of team.
They should have a team. They should have a team NIL deal with Omaha Productions with Peyton's video program.
Omaha Steaks, man.
Tomorrow on the Jimmy Fallon show, make sure you have the Omaha team in studio when they beat the Johnnies. Get this Big East bullshit out of here. That league's been overrated all year. UC San Diego, Michigan.
Okay.
The Tritons are going to win the game because the Tritons, I think, are the better basketball team. I actually truly believe that. I think Michigan's been one of the luckiest teams all year. They have a lot of fluke wins, like, for example, the Nebraska game, where teams have just found a way to lose games. I'll give them credit. They have found ways to win games. But Michigan, that was a nice run in the Big Ten tournament, but that's the team you want to fade. Whoever wins the Big Ten tournament is an auto fade the first game in March. Remember when Iowa won that tournament 2 years ago and everybody had them going to the Final Four and they lost to fucking Richmond? Dude, UC San Diego, I wouldn't be surprised if UC San Diego blows them out, to be honest, by double digits. UC San Diego's better.
I mean, I'm on the Tritons too. I don't think you win 30 games in a year with a team that's not really fucking good. I don't really care what conference you play in. I don't care who you're playing against. To win all those games, you've got to have some kind of a belief within that building. And the way that Michigan was able to win that Maryland game in the conference championship,
that whole tournament was a fluke.
If they make those same late mistakes against UCSD, they're going to lose the game.
Okay. Yep. Have you seen anybody on Michigan?
Yeah, dude, they're the most bet team. That's a myth out there.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Michigan is literally the most public team of the day. Actually, St. John's is, but St. John's and there was a 1 seed that is the other one. Maybe it was Houston or Tennessee. I forget. No, it's the Johnnies. The Johnnies in Michigan. Michigan is public as fuck. Don't let anybody tell you that they're not.
They're only 69% of bets on DK right now on the spread for Michigan.
Do you think every fucking swinging dick square is going to go, oh, I'm going to bet UC San Diego only getting 2.5?
No, nobody. No fucking squares going to be on UC San Diego. It's the sharpest play. It's the sharpest play on the board. I'm on UCSD also. I think they win this outright.
Yeah. You could say that it could be a fake sharp play, but don't tell me that UC San Diego is public against Michigan. What the fuck are people smoking?
Okay. My thought process is that Michigan's guard play is really mediocre, and in March you need guards to win, and they don't have them.
Agreed.
Donaldson and Gale are nothing special. They got the 2 bigs, and that's about all they got. If they've I guess if they could find a way to have their size fuck with UCSD, I guess I could see that case for a path to a victory. But I think UCSD wins this outright, and I think Mac, to your point, I think they do probably win it more comfortably than you would expect. So
I would almost think that their size is a negative here. The way that their guards turn the ball over and the way that UCSD shoots, they're just going to use those extra possessions for more 3-pointers.
Yeah.
And they have to guard UC San Diego too. They make shots from 5 positions. Those 2 big truck truckers, as Noah calls them, they got to be able to guard. They got to be able to guard somebody too. They can't just sit their big ass in the paint. UC San Diego make shots from all 5 spots. So, finale, Wilmington Tech. I have Tech in my Final Four. A little nervous about this game though. I'm not gonna lie. I like Wilmington in the points. Came down from 15.5 now 14.5. Dude, the CAA champion's always a qualified dog for me. Just like the SoCon. They go through a good league. They got good coaches. I know what I'm getting with the CAA underdog.
There's a chance that Texas Tech pulls the reverse UConn and wins like 3 or 4 NCAA tournament games without covering a single one of them.
I could see that.
I think you take the points with Wilmington. I don't really like it that much. I don't have a bet on this already. I don't know by the time we get there if I will put one in. All I see Texas Tech as in this game is a part of like a money line parlay. But besides that, this is kind of a stay away from me. They're a great team. They're probably the best 3 seed, but kind of banged up a little bit. I don't know if they cover 15 points.
I hate this. I feel like, okay, this is, it's late in the evening. I know I'm going to fire on it. My only fear is that I fire on Wilmington and they end up losing by like 16-17. Like there's like, it was like a mirror. It was like a 3 in like the last minute that just like it screws up the cover for me. So I'll probably take Texas Tech to cover this. It's chalk. It's public, but I'll ride with Texas Tech to get the job done here against a smaller school. I just think Texas Tech is too many dudes. Up and down that roster, they got dudes, and they're all trying to like work their way back in. This is a work their way back, and I think they win this pretty comfortably. I'll take Texas Tech by 20. Let's get it.
I hope you're right, because I mean I'm a Big 12 guy and I'm rooting for Tech. I like McCasland. I like this team, but this is the first game with all those guys coming back. All right, let's go Moneyline Dog, guys.
Okay,
we'll each give out our favorite dog of the day. I'll lead it off. Give me McNeese, the Cowboys, plus 275 on the money line. Will Wade.
Okay.
Cap, you going VCU?
I was probably going to go UCSD.
I will go VCU.
Okay. I'll go UCSD.
Okay. So we pretty much agreed. VCU. What's VCU on the money line?
Can't be that big.
120, 130.
You're making me now. I gotta go fucking pull up fucking Bovada because fucking
because it's Virginia.
If we plug VCU in there, we can get this parlay over there.
Fuck that. What about Omaha, Mac?
I thought about it, but I worry about the fucking referees, fucking my boys from Omaha. They want Rick Pitino in that goddamn tournament, but I'm telling you, Omaha is going to be in that bitch tonight. There's going to be a lot of people sweating out their shitty brackets when the old Mavericks are coming in with those trash cans hanging in there at the dunk. 16-1 VCU money line, UC San Diego money line, and McNeese money line. That's a nice juicy one. All right, guys, good show. The pregame over there just started. Games tip here in 13 minutes. I'm on VSiN in 20 minutes, so check me out over there. Yeah, I got spots on spots, baby. They said, "Can you come on VSiN?" I said, "Not sober, but I'll be there."
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to them.
I'll be on brunch here in about 15 minutes.
There you go. If you're in Vegas, go holler at those guys. They're around there, and we'll be back later tonight to go round of 32 for Saturday's games once we have the 16 winners. It's the best time of year, gents. Enjoy the madness, everybody. He is at Cannabis Capper. He's at Troy Tuning. I'm at Moneyline_Mac. Make sure you like and subscribe. I see 400 people in this thing right now. Help us out. Help us help you so we can continue to grow and give you more and more content. Go Omaha. That's all I got to say. Go Tritons. Go VCU. And McNeese. This is the College Basketball Experience.
Hello, this is Will Wade, head coach of the McNeese Cowboys.
For long.
You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
We're going to have to get it. When I get him on the show in the offseason, I'm going to have to get a new clip here. Shout out to Will Wade.
Do you want me to AI that and make it the head coach of the McNeese Cowboys and And
No.
And the pussy pack.
No, it gives me a reason to get him back on the show. So I say, hey, I need you to do another station identification. So, yeah. Shout out to the chat. You guys are the best. This is the college basketball experience. You better think about yours. And we are out of here.